Oakley dokley. Well, we're still in the homework task manager as we have been for the last few tutorials. I know it seems like we're never getting anywhere. Let's see, we've gone through changing dates and assign status. We went through most of these over here, the assignment tools. Let's look at set prerequisites. You can make it with the set prerequisite feature. You don't have any prerequisite items, so let's say like for chapter 2, you want to add a prerequisite. Click over here. What do you want them to have? Do they need to have, 100% on chapter 1 before they begin chapter 2? That kind of thing. Do you want them to have, 90%? They got to have 90% on maybe the chapter 1 test or something like that before they can begin the chapter 2 assignment. That sort of thing. Make sense? Okay. So if you're trying to go for a more structured approach, that could work. I didn't really want to set any of this. Oh, and hey, I'm going to show you a quick way. So if you're like, oh, I didn't change anything, I don't want to save anything, I can just click on Homework Task Manager. It's saying, you sure you want to do this? Yep, I didn't want to save anything anyway. And I'm back to this page. Okay, so that's the prerequisite thing. We've already seen what these buttons can do. You can look at chapters, assignments by chapter. You can say, like, I want to look at all the chapter 4 assignments. And click Go. And there's the homework and the tests. And if you had any quizzes, they'd be in here too. Cool. You can look at all the homework. Right now I'm only looking at chapter 4. If I want to go back to all chapters, I have to select all chapters again. Okay, and click Go. Ooh, forgot to mention that. Okay, so if you're in all chapters, let's say you want to create a new. Well, okay, I'm not gonna go into that right this second. So, wait, yes I will. All right, so I think we've touched on just about everything else. So that leaves us to the one other issue. And the other, by the way, is anything you add in on your own. How do you create homeworks? How do you create tests and quizzes? How do you do all this? Well, I've got a whole bunch created here. And if your lead faculty's made a whole bunch for you, then just use them, right? But if you want to create some for yourself, let me say I want to create a chapter 11 assignment. Go. There's sample homework down here that's from the publisher, right? It's not assigned, but I could copy it. See, copy. And I can call it 11.1 homework. Would you like to create homework that is personalized based on student test or quiz results? No, I don't care. That would emit questions from objectives that were mastered in the test quiz, which no. Okay, so click next. And then, in other words, if you're trying to make the homework work for mastery instead of, whatever. And I'll look at all these questions that they've got. They look pretty good. Maybe I don't want that one, so I can click remove. Yep, I'm sure. And there we go. And then I can click next. And then in here are all the assignment settings. When do you want this to be available? I want it to be due 12/20/10 at 11:59. It's going to be displayed with chapter 11 because this was a chapter 11 assignment. If I want to change that, I would click change. Okay, do I want to allow students to work after the due date? I can make it so it deducts points or there's a late penalty, that kind of thing. Do I have any prerequisites for this assignment? No, I don't. They can just take it anytime they want. Do I want to limit the number of times students can work on each question? Say I want to have them only have 5 times. Do I want to indicate and lock all the correct answers they've done? That's kind of nice for a multiple choice question, because if they've got not a multiple choice, multiple parts. So if there's 4 parts and they got 2 of the parts right, it locks in those parts and lets them change the parts that are broken. That way they don't have to retype everything all the time. That's kind of a nice feature. Do I want all these help features available? Or do I want them only available in review mode? Or do I not want them available at all? That kind of thing. Do I want these results from this to update the study plan? Like if they do well on this, then they don't have to do parts of the study plan, that kind of thing. Do I want to allow other instructors to import, right? So Susie Q's instructor can borrow this assignment from me, yes or no? That kind of thing, which would matter if you're section leader, that kind of thing. Okay, so all this is good, so I'm going to click Save and Assign. And there it is. Now it's up here with the stuff I assigned. I'll be back for more.